I just want everyone to know. I'll tell the world, yeah. I'll tell the world. I just want everyone to know.
Good afternoon to the East Coast. Good morning to the West Coast. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the fuck it is by you. Cap Nation Live, ready to rock, ready to roll on this beautiful and blessed Friday. Happy flipping Friday, everybody. I don't know about you guys, but man, I'm ready to rock and roll today, ready for a big day today. Hammered the snot out of the over yesterday. Woo, thank you, Lord. Although, I needed 9 more passing yards by that douchebag Kirk Cousins for about $20,000 in same-game parlays for 2 of them. At DraftKings. Unbelievable. I had Big Ben to throw 2 TDs, Kirk to throw 2 TDs, an anytime touchdown by Harris, Jefferson, and Cook. Over 229 and a half passing yards by Big Ben. And I had old Kirk at over 224 and a half passing yards. The last one was the only thing that did not hit for 2 same-game parlays that would have cashed out over $20,000 yesterday. Made with free wagers. So I didn't lose nothing, but I lost a lot of fucking pride over 9 yards. Woo! Yeah, you'll get the Sunday play in your account. It'll show up when it's posted. And no, the Sunday play is not my NFL game of the year. Just so you guys know. The Sunday play is not the same as my NFL game of the year. No way, no how. Renald, thank you for that comment on the daily free play video. Renald says, thanks for the free play. Don't care where it came from or came through, as long as it came through. We appreciate all the fucking work you do, Cap Nation family. Thank you. Thank you, Renald. Much appreciated. Show and tell, no problem. Was a good game last night. Renald, Jefferson's first TD, I got, hold on, I don't know if I could show it, but it was way more than plus 450. My $500 wager cashed $37.50 from it. I got plus 650 on it yesterday. Let me see if I can upload it up here. The game treated me well yesterday. The game treated me well. As we talked about in the live show, the opportunities for a teaser. Why not? Or why you should not tease the Vikings in the over. That one cashed with ease. And we're going to keep having some fun. No football today. We get 1 football game tomorrow. Army-Navy. Navy's probably going to get slaughtered, but go Navy. Go Navy. Navy's probably going to get slaughtered, but hey, I got to say it. Go Navy. Beat Army. I mean, reality's reality, but hopefully we get it. All right, so here's a copy of my little Justin Jefferson bet yesterday. See if I can get it up on the screen. See if we got a frozen screen to fix as well. See if we can't get that fixed as well real quick. By the way, if you are in the Arizona area and you have a background in video production, and you're looking for work or you want side work, submit an application. Send it in to the cd@cappersdirect.com. They are hiring a video production individual. All right, it'll be a little big on the screen, but nonetheless, we'll get it on the screen for you guys, so here you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Justin Jefferson at plus 650 yesterday from our friends over at DraftKings. Cashing big over there yesterday. Cashing big. Thanks to Jordan over there for hooking me up. But yeah, that was, I liked seeing that one yesterday as the first touchdown. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was a good first hit. That was the only one that I put in yesterday. So, no complaints there. But what do we got planned for today? First of all, my game of the week is today. Game of the week is today. If you're not already on my game of the week, you're flat out missing out. You're flat out missing out. Game of the week, it is a hoops play. I'm not telling you if it's college or if it's pro, but I will tell you, I'm winning the game of the week today, just like we did last week. And the week before, and the week before. We're going to start this big weekend off with a party today. Joe Free says, wow, that's cool, Kyle, for you to put that work position out there. You know, most definitely. We'd love it if it was somebody that was that loved sports as much as we do in the sports betting side of it, because it's going to be geared, obviously, towards that and the production of the show and whatnot. But we are hiring an individual for videography, video production, behind-the-scenes stuff. So, might be two individuals they might be hiring out of the Phoenix area. So, if that's your forte, definitely. I don't know what they're paying, but I'm sure it's decent. But yeah, anyways, we get some college hoops today. We get some NBA. We got some NHL. It's Friday night. You know what's that song go? There you go. What are we gonna do tonight? Where are we going? We going to the Suns game, or are we going to the Coyotes game to watch them get just absolutely pounced on tonight? It's kind of like a take your pick type of thing, or we just gonna go out. We're gonna be doing something tonight, that's for sure. By the way, Rams Cardinals Monday Night Football. Cha-ching! We'll be there. We will be there in attendance, having fun, doing what we do the best. But I am looking for possibly tonight. I don't know. Probably not. Probably just hang out low-key night tonight because we have such a big weekend. But Celtics and the Suns tonight. Woo! Charles says you're retiring in 5 months of work for free plays. Well, you got to have a background in video production. So, or if you're local and you're in college at U of A or Arizona State or GCU, and this is what you're going to school for, I'm sure they will do a paid internship as well. Yeah, Alex, I'm bummed you're not going to be here too, brother. Maybe somehow we meet in the playoffs somewhere along the lines. Or you come out for the Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame and Oklahoma State. I do have tickets to that. I do have tickets to that. I've been looking at some other fun stuff. All right, so we're going to jump into it. We're not going to be live for too long today. Just a short little live one. Charles, congrats on taking BetMGM to 1-0. Congrats there, brother. All righty. Alex, the Fiesta Bowl? Fiesta Bowl is January 1st. New Year's Day, unfortunately. New Year's Day. But, we'll be out there tailgating. That's for sure. Gonna be out there tailgating, having a ball. And have some fun at the game, too. Alrighty, so we're going to jump into it. We're going to jump into some college hoops. And we're going to go over just a couple of games. You know, we haven't really got into our little college hoops breakdowns yet. And you guys, as you guys know, I like to see, you know, a nice selection of games to really get the numbers where they should be before you really start honing in and focusing in on them. And, you know, for instance, you know, like Vermont's played 10 games. Brown's played 12 games. You know, generally speaking, Fridays are fairly boring when it comes to college hoops, but I do believe we get some great games today. Depaul and Louisville. DePaul's 7-1 with 8 games underneath their belt. Louisville 6-2 with 8 games underneath their belt as well. That's going to be a great matchup. That is definitely going to be a great matchup. Milwaukee and Colorado later on tonight to headline the evening. Milwaukee 2-6, which generally speaking doesn't really happen. We usually don't see Milwaukee like that. Going up against the Pac-12, Colorado 7-3 with 10 games underneath their belt. And what to expect in that one? You know, that one will be on the Pac-12 network. We'll try and take a look at that one as well. Very nice, Shane. Very nice. But we're going to jump into, you know, some of these breakdowns and see what kind of damage we can do. We're not going to go over all the games. We're going to be fairly quick and efficient. We'll take a look at Loyola of Illinois and Vandy going at it. Matter of fact, believe it or not, I actually have that one up on the screen. So we'll take a look at that as well. We'll do that one first once I get the live odds up. We'll take a gander at that one. First of all, the odds on it. As I pull up the live odds, so that way we have the most updated and accurate information. We get Loyola of Chicago laying 4.5 on the road against Vandy at home catching 4.5 with a total over and under 131.5 points. First half number has Loyola of Chicago laying that 2.5. No money line option on this one as of right now. Ronald says, I know you don't need it, but would love to send you a bottle for the new year to show my gratitude for all you do. A bottle of money. Thank you, brother. Not necessary, but I mean, I'd never turn it down. I'll drink it in style, I promise you, but I'll never turn it down. But it's 100% not necessary, though. But I'll never, if you want to send it, I won't turn it down, that's for sure. Loyola Chicago, 8-2 on the year. You know, their 2 losses, Michigan State and Auburn. They barely lost to Michigan State. They lost 63-61 back on the 24th of November. And then the very next day, they lost to Auburn by 9, 62-53. Since then, they beat Arizona State, Indiana State, DePaul, a gimme against Roosevelt. Don't forget, they also beat Illinois, Chicago, Chicago State, Florida Gulf Coast, and Coppin State as well. But when you dive into this one, obviously, you know, they're 1-0 in Missouri Valley Conference play. They get Vandy today. Oh, Vandy. Vandy 5-3 on the year. The Commodores. What can we say about Jerry Stackhouse and his program? Well, they've lost 2 straight. Most recently to Temple in overtime, losing 72-68. Before that, they lost by 12 to SMU. Before that, they had wins over Mississippi Valley State, Pittsburgh, Winthrop, Texas State and Alabama, but they did have that 48-37 loss to VCU. When you start comparing the numbers side by side, there's no comparison when it comes to the offense. Early on in the season, now taking, 10 games to say that, you're ranked 21st in offense, adjusted efficiency and, offense in college basketball is nothing. It's not a lot of games. It's not a lot of games. But through 10 games, through what we have now in college hoops, Loyola Chicago's offense is very efficient. Hitting 59.2% from the field overall, third in the country. KD, I like it. Their turnover percentage, fairly high though, 18%. Offensive rebounds, 27%. They're hitting a very impressive 41.1% from out deep. Hitting 57.4% of all their two-point plays, and they're making nearly 72% from the free throw line. Would love to see that number increase over the course of the season. Vandy, on the other hand, hitting 47.4% from the field, making just 30.4%, of their three-point attempts, and only 49% of all two-point plays are being converted for points up on the board. They hit 71% of all their free throws. When it comes to the defensive side of things, the numbers are very comparable. However, Vandy's defense has been pretty good at defending the three, giving up just 28.6%. However, when you take a look at their level of competition, Alabama State, Texas State, VCU, Winthrop, Pittsburgh, Mississippi Valley, SMU, and Temple, not the biggest three-point shooting teams. So it's not very hard to defend. I think that number is very misguided and the defensive numbers as a whole for Vandy are definitely misguided to the point where we may not be seeing all that we should be seeing. Now, don't mind the noise. They are doing some more construction in the parking lot. This time it seems like this time of year, always dig up and repave and whatever the fuck they do to the blacktop over and over. But anyways, as far as this game goes, I do not have $1 on this one. But I do like Loyola of Chicago laying the 4.5. I think their offense gets the job done. And their defense as well. And I don't think Vandy's defense will keep up. I really don't. They did just beat Depaul by 4 on the road. Beat them 68-64. That was their first true away game. And it was a nice victory on the road against Depaul. So that's what I have on that one. As far as the total goes, no opinion on it. Just taking a gander. Let's take a look. And we're just bouncing around. Let's take a look at that Milwaukee and Colorado game. Milwaukee, Colorado coming up next. Yes, KD, Vandy has definitely showed improvements. I just don't think that they're there to be able to be competitive against Loyola of Chicago for a full 40 minutes. Oh, Panthers. The Panthers of Milwaukee. Pat Baldwin and his Panthers starting out the year in the wrong foot, let me tell you. They opened up the season with a 15-point victory over North Dakota, winning 75-60. They rattled off 6 straight losses, losing to Eastern Kentucky, Florida, Bowling Green, Yale, Alcorn State, and Youngstown State. And they weren't just losing. Now, Youngstown State, they lost by 2. Alcorn State, they lost by 4. Those were games they should have fucking won. They lost by 13 to Yale. They lost by 14 to BG. They lost by 36 to Florida. Lost by 6 to Eastern Kentucky. They did bounce back last Saturday on the 4th of December with a win over Robert Morris, beating him 77-69. What to expect in this matchup? First of all, the numbers before we start breaking down their opponent. Their numbers have Colorado, Their opponent laying 13.5 today. Wisconsin plus 13.5 at plus 100 even money, so you can get them at plus 14 with a total over and under 132.5 points. Let's take a look at those Buffaloes. 7-3 on the year. 1-1 in conference play. They are coming off a win over Eastern Washington. Non-conference win. Barely edging them out. At home, 60-57. They have a home loss against Tennessee, losing 69-54. They lost on the road to UCLA by 8, 73-61. They beat Stanford at home. They beat Brown. They beat Duquesne. They lost to Southern Illinois 67-63 on a neutral site game back on the 19th of November. They got wins over Maine, New Mexico, and Montana State as well to round out their 7 victories. When you start looking at the numbers side by side, first of all, Colorado edge majorly on the offense. Majorly. When it comes to defense, major advantage, Colorado on defense. Let's start with defenses, all right? Colorado averaging giving up just 49% shooting to their opposing teams. I will say this, though, Milwaukee overall holding teams to 45. Woo! Where did that one come from? That was out of nowhere. Milwaukee giving up 34% three-point shooting. They're giving up 42% of all their two-point plays as well. Those numbers I like. Those numbers I like is what they're holding opposing teams to. But you have to base it on level of competition played. Whereas Colorado, they're holding teams to 49.6% shooting, 33.3% from out deep, and 49.3% from two-point range. However, they've played Tennessee, they've played UCLA, they've played Stanford. They've played quality opponents. Now, keep in mind, they've lost those games, 2 of those 3 games that we just mentioned. But they held Tennessee to 69 points, and they held UCLA to 73. UCLA was only able to put up 73 against them. When you take a look at the offenses, both struggle from out deep, more so Colorado, shooting only 30.8% compared to the 32.9% of Milwaukee. When it comes to free throw shooting, let's skip those 2-point plays for a second. When you go to free throw shooting, as a whole, they're even, 71%. 2-point shooting. This is where Milwaukee struggles, the down-low play. Converting all their 2-point plays, Milwaukee at 46%. Colorado, 51.7%. A lot of people going to be rolling on Colorado today to come in and absolutely smoke them. Now, I like what I saw out of Milwaukee against Robert Morris, but they've been just getting pounced on. I mean, Yale beat them by 13. Alcorn State beat them by 4. BG beat them by 14. All right, what is Colorado going to do against them at home in the altitude of Boulder, Colorado? All right, you have to take that into consideration. When you take a look at where they're playing and their home field advantage, yada, 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 yada. Home court advantage for Colorado is rated as the toughest place to play in all of Division I. Why? Altitude. Altitude. 5,400 feet. Elevation. Now, believe it or not, West Virginia, that has an elevation of 1,000, is the second toughest place to play, based on adjusted efficiencies and home court advantage estimates. But Colorado is the toughest place to play based on the last 60 home games and road conference games for every team in Division I. The advantage for Colorado at home is going to be huge. But when you start comparing the numbers side by side, they don't always lead you to believe that. Colorado can't make a 3 to save their life. They do convert all their not all, but 51.7% of their 2-point plays, so that's a great number there. 2 foul participation, they're 7.3% so far, 1.8% for Milwaukee. Neither one's going to be there. Half-inch height advantage on average per player for Colorado. Experience level, roughly the same. Both go to the bench for over 30% of their total minutes played. Milwaukee is going to rely on that 3-ball for 33% of their total points. 1 out of every 3 shots or every 3-point attempts goes down for them. And 3-pointers account for 33.1% of their total points. So they're going to take 3-point looks. 3-pointers, Colorado gives up 33.3% anyways. So look for Milwaukee to try and exploit that to stay in it. But when it's all said and done, when you get done with 40 minutes, Colorado should be winning this game by well over 13.5. I lean on it. I don't have any money on it. All right. Now, if this was under 10, if it was 9.5 or hell even 10, I'd probably play it. But 13.5, I'm going to stay away. But I do lean on Colorado laying the 13.5. I do believe they get there. I do believe they get there. Next one up on the list, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this one today so far, and a lot of people have asked me about it, but Depaul and Louisville. Depaul and Louisville at 8 Eastern on the ACC network. That's going to be the next one that we jump into. And by the way, I love doing the college basketball breakdowns. Absolutely love it. I'm super pumped to have college basketball back. I know we haven't done them yet, but I like to see anywhere from 8 to 12 games under our belt before we actually start using any of the numbers that are available to us. Because if you base the numbers off for 3 games or 5 games or 6 games, they really don't mean nothing. Once you get a solid 8 to 10, maybe a dozen games underneath their belt, a baker's dozen, you could really start seeing a big difference in the numbers and how accurate they are. Depaul comes in plus 7.5, minus 107, which means you can get them at plus 8 at minus $1.17. Louisville laying 7.5, minus $1.13 with a high total of 146.5. People are predicting a lot of points in this one. All right? People are predicting a lot of points in this one. I think the number for the total is close. I got the total at 145. So if I did anything, I'd probably lean towards the under, and we'll go over that in a minute. But I think the number's spot on, so I'd have to stay off of it myself. But as far as the side goes, what do you got on this one? Well, let's see. Depaul, 7-1. 7-1 for the old Blue Demons. Old Stubblefield's got his Blue Demons 7-1, coming off a win over Duquesne, beating them by 20, 87-67 at home. Keep in mind, they have not traveled yet. This is their first road game. Hi, Depaul, you're 7-1. You beat Coppin State, Central Michigan, Rutgers, Western Illinois, Northern Kentucky, Eastern Michigan. You lost Loyola of Chicago 68-64 in a close one at home, and you beat Duquesne. You've had, 2 days off? Now you're traveling to Louisville, a very tough place to play for you for your first road game, just right off the bat. Louisville with a home court ranking of 3.8, which does make it only the 48th toughest place to play. But there is definitely a home court advantage, and the fact that Depaul hasn't played on the road, they're getting Louisville. The Cards guys are 6-2 on the year for Chris Mack and his program. They beat Southern to start the year. They lost to Furman in overtime. Oh my Lord, what a foobar that one was. They beat Navy by 17. They beat Detroit Mercy by only 7. Struggled in that game to put it away. They beat Mississippi State 72-58. They beat Maryland 63-58 by 8. They lost to Michigan State 73-64. And they bounced back with a nice win over NC State 73-68 by 5 on the road. William tuning in via text message. Good morning. Also, big thanks to Corey, as well as Michael, Jason as well, everybody else that has already jumped on board my game of the week. Guys, if you're not on these fuckers, they just keep winning. Week after week after week after week. They keep winning. They keep winning. So if you're not on it, get on board it. You need one monster fucking win today. You guys keep sleeping on my games of the weeks, and all we keep doing is making money. Ronald says Louisville's going to get the win. Depaul against Louisville. Offensive numbers, I put them very similar. Very similar. However, there's things that Depaul has been doing great so far that Louisville is not. Case in point, 3-point shooting. Louisville struggling 30.6%, 30.6%, not 36, 30.6%. Depaul hitting 35.2% from out deep. DePaul's converting nearly 56% of all their two-point plays compared to the 50.9% of Louisville. Free throw shooting. Edge DePaul. They're hitting 70.2% of all their free throws. 68.8% for Louisville. Games that are tight can be won or lost from the free throw line. When you take a look at the defensive numbers, they are also not similar. Edge Louisville. Now, while the numbers may be in favor of DePaul offensively, I still give Louisville the better offense based on the fact that they've played Michigan State, they've played NC State, they played Maryland. Compared to Depaul, who's got what? Loyola of Chicago? Hold on one second, folks. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. As far as this game goes, defensively, massive edge for Louisville, who's got a top 20 ranked defense so far through the early part of the season. They're giving up just 31.8% three-point shooting, 42.8% overall is what they're holding teams to all their two-point plays. And teams are only putting up 69% from the free throw line against them. Depaul has given up 34.6% shooting from out deep, so if Louisville wants to try and correct their three-point woes, here they go. Now, Depaul is holding teams to 43.5% shooting from all their two-point plays, so that's the one aspect where Louisville's going to have to pick it up. Two-foul participation advantage Louisville. They're in it 8.9% of the time, 30.9% Depaul. Major advantage right there for Louisville. As far as this game goes, you get Louisville laying 7.5, Depaul plus 7.5. The last time DePaul played anybody was at home against Loyola Chicago, who they lost to by 4, 68-64. Louisville has played home and away games. They're coming off an away win against NC State. They're back at home. I give the edge to Louisville in this one. I give the edge to Louisville. Not only do I like the under in this one, under because I have it at 145, but I'm not going to be betting the under at 146. I don't think there's a lot of value at 146 to take the under. Now, if this total was to drop a couple points, you might be able to swing me in that direction. But where I think the value is, Louisville laying 7.5. All right, Louisville laying the 7.5 points is what I'm rolling with today. Holy moly. What the hell's going on here? Louisville, lay the 7.5. Now, they did lose. Thank you, William, for pointing that out. They did lose their president to Penn State, and their AD gone. But I don't think that affects the kids on the court today. Personal opinion. Alrighty. So, get back on this screen. Barbershop pole is 1/2 covered. Just the angle of the camera. I probably knocked it with my head. Alrighty, so with that being said, if you're not on board again, if you're not on board Game of the Week, I know I keep saying this, but you're going to be missing out. Going to be a big one today, folks. Gonna be a big one today. Alrighty, so alright, I was just reading a little press release. Make sure nothing affects Game of the Week tonight. Nothing does. Game of the Week is posted. Guaranteed Saturday will be posted a little bit later today. I was told the Sunday play will be posted a little bit later today, and you never know, I might let them post my Game of the Year today as well for early betting. So if you're not on board, now is the time to get on board. Now is the time, folks. So do not miss out. That will be a lot of fun. Alrighty, folks. That is what I have for today's short, sweet, right to the point. And let's have a lot of fun today. Let's have a lot of fun. Let's make a lot of money. And let's keep it going. Let's keep those free plays rolling, all right? Let's keep the free plays rolling. Because free plays have been kicking butt, and we're going to continue to do that. All right, folks. I am out of here. Enjoy your day, your Friday, and get on board. All right, guys? Let's make it a great day today. Good luck, everybody. Have a great day. And we'll see you guys all live first thing tomorrow morning. It's going to be a good show tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on. All right? Good luck, everybody.